In this video, we'll discuss filter, another useful built-in method that is provided by Python. This filter method is actually used to filter out certain elements from a given iterable, and a function is used to filter out the elements of the iterable. And if you check the general form, it takes two arguments, where the first argument is a function and the second argument is the iterable. And how this filter method works is, for every element in the iterable, the function you are providing as an argument that is called, and for whichever elements, this function is returning a true value with all those elements as a collection, so it returns an iterator. That is, the filter method returns an iterator with all the elements that passes the function check. So the function is used as a filter here. So for whichever elements this function is returning a true, so with those collection of elements, it returns an iterator. Now let's check out the details of the working of this filter method using some examples. Now consider this function named even, and it receives a parameter and it returns a true or false value depending on the n value is a even number or not. So if the received parameter is even, then the function is returning a true, otherwise it returns a false value. Now let's consider this collection of elements, so which is a list, and the list contains a collection of elements. Now let's use the filter method to filter this collection of elements using the even function. So we are using the filter method, and the first argument to this function must be the function name, and I am using the even function as a filter, so that has to be passed as a first argument, and I want to filter out the elements in this iterable. So I need to pass that as a second argument, and this filter method returns a filter object, and if you would like to convert that to a list, you can use the type conversion. So list as a type conversion, so which converts the filter object as a list, so that we get a list and copy that to the variable L1, which is a list. Now let's display this list L1. Here we are using the filter method to filter out the collection of elements which are even numbers, and to filter out the given list we are using the even method, which is a predefined function. Now let's execute and see. So here if you closely observe, this statement is returning a collection of elements 2, 4, 6, which are the even numbers. So if you try to understand how the filter method works, for every element in the list L, the even method is called, and so first it calls with the element 1, but it is returning false. So that is why it is not taken as part of the result. And similarly, the even method is called for the element 2, but it returns a true value. So it became part of the resultant list. So it returns that element into this list. So that is how for every element in the list L, the method even is called, and for whichever elements the method even is returning a true value with those collection of elements, this list is created. So that is how when you display the list L1, you are getting the values 2, 4 and 6 as the output. So that is how the filter method can be used to filter out a collection of elements that are provided in the iterables. Now I hope you understand the usage of the filter method. Now consider this function definition. So adults is a function which receives the age as parameter, and this function returns the true based on the age of the person. So here if the age of a person is greater than or equal to 20, then this method returns a true, otherwise it returns a false. Now I would like to use the filter method to filter out the adult people given the ages of the persons as a list. Consider age list is a list variable which consists of the ages of a collection of people. Now I would like to use the filter method. To filter out all the people whose age is less than or equal to 20. So here I have the method adults which checks the person is adult or not, and I can pass this age list as the second argument, because on this iterable I would like to apply this adults method. This is how we can call the filter method, and all the filtered values I am going to assign to another list with the name adult list. So what this code snippet is doing is, so given a collection of ages of persons, we are using the filter method to filter out all the persons whose age is less than or equal to 20. Now let's execute this code and see. Here age list is the variable which contains the ages of collection of people. So the ages include 10, 25, 35, 14, 52, 16 and 72. But after applying this filter method, so it returns the people whose age is greater than or equal to 20. That is how, so we are getting the filtered list of ages. Now I hope you understand how the filter method can be used to get the collection of elements which satisfy the function check. Thank you for watching this video.